Hi folks, my name is Robert Wright with Wright Yachts, and I'm going to give you a tour today of SC535. This is a 2020 1260 Seawind that we received in June, and she's well equipped, as you'll see here in a moment, and situated here at our docks here in Seattle, Washington. She's priced at $597,600, ready to go. That's with shipping, commissioning, and duty, U.S. duty already included. So to start our tour today, just to give you an idea of cockpit and amenities back here. The cockpit is a little larger for those of you that are more familiar with the 1160. This does have the settee aft with the table that is removable. On each side you do have a couple of things that make this a great space for relaxing, entertaining. One is you do have the grill back here, and this grill is on a strut, so you can just pull it on up and start barbecuing. It is propane. It's a flat top on this one. Once you're done grilling, just put it away. Your controls are over here. Goes down to the strut. Just lock it back in place. Close the grill back up. Oops. Over on the starboard side, you have fresh water sink. A little dirty in here, but get the idea. There's storage aft. This is pressure water. There's a saltwater washdown as well with hose, so you can actually clean fish as well and clean up any guts, etc. that might have spilled over. This boat is equipped with this vinyl flooring in here that's really soft underfoot. It buttons in, it comes right out. I really like this a lot. It's easy to pull it out and clean it if you need to. If you know you're going to have a bunch of junk in the boat, you could always pull it out pretty easily if you wanted to as well. But it's much less expensive than Flexi-Teak as well, and you don't have to deal with all the adhesive that you're going to have to pull up in a few years after the Flexi-Teak goes bad. So I think it's a really good solution. This boat does have dual helm throttle controls at both of the helms. You will see the mechanical throttle linkages there. So on starboard, there they are. We also have a multifunction display here, B&G, so you can monitor all sorts of things from there. You could of course put an iPad. You do have your manual bilge controls on each for each hull on each side. Your automatic bilge controls are right here with their alarms. We'll talk more about other systems at the nav station, etc. here in a second. But back to the helm, you have two Yanmar 3YM30s, 12-inch chart plotter here. Of course, it'll turn to wherever you want to view it. It also has controls for that C zone that we had noted was on this boat as well. So if you want to control the C zone from here, not a problem. You can see what systems are in operation, see how much tankage you have still available, see what you're using in terms of power, turn on and off things again. Really helpful. Radar does overlay on here. You can view separate and split screens, do all the usual tricks. We have a 2-speed Harkin winch on the boat. Slower, faster. It is also reversible. So if you are trimming on this boat, for example, the main, or if you had it on the other side and wanted to trim the screecher, etc., all you have to do to ease out is to flip this, and it'll allow you to use those two buttons to control it for bringing in and easing out. The seating in this boat, this makes a day bed, but you can also move this around. It is modular, so you can put it over here and have another seat around the table. Of course, I think most people are familiar by now with Seawinds in the way that they can adjust seating here, but this is that seating configuration I was noting earlier. This would be a dining setup that most people would enjoy. And of course, you can view your Samsung TV with remote from here. Your large hatches provide all sorts of ventilation through the cockpit, or through the salon, I should say, with these huge trifold doors up and with your electric windows currently down, but you can see how those operate. Fusion stereo. This one has 6 speakers on it. So you have speakers that are up, down, outside in the cockpit, and you have some back here behind the settee as well. A new feature on this boat that I think we'll see a lot more of is additional, you button that in and that will make it more secure, but this is your additional backrest. So if you're at the nav station here, you have a very solid backrest that then you can just drop. This is me sitting at the seat, the C zone in operation. I have separate fast switches for various things here, but we have all kinds of favorites on here: day cruise, dock unattended, night cruise. You can set up however you want to, but those are some of our more popular ones that we deal with. And of course, again, this is all controllable as well from the B&G unit or from your iPad or your iPhone or other device. Of course, then your controls here can be monitored from the nav station. You can put an iPad here. Battery controls, breakers for winch and windlass. If you did have any issues with the I might as well move this whole thing then. I'm dropping pieces. There, okay. If you did have any issues with the C zone, you can use these manual switches here to control everything. So it's not like if you lost the screen, if it broke somehow, that you don't have control over, you don't have DC switching anymore. You do. Everything's very cleanly labeled. You can see here how clean labeling is. This gives you an idea of level of accessibility. Negative is spelled wrong there though, by the way. So that gives you an idea of how well everything is wired. By the way, these two coolers here can be pulled out and used as footrests. Additional, if you pull out the dinette table here, they fit right in to create a day bed. But you can also, of course, put your beverages in there. Those are standard with the boat. This is new to the 1260. Additional storage back here. We have a bucket in here. Looks like a little soap. Lots of nice extra space utilized now. So let's go down to into the starboard hull here. And by the way, these are the switches that are throughout for the boat. So I'll turn on some lights down below. We do have USB plugs everywhere on this boat. No shortage of those. This is a 3-burner hob. Works quite well. It is LPG. If you want to, you just have to sort of imagine you're sitting out and you can open this wider. I have a fender on it though. But you can get great ventilation down here. There's your LPG oven. We have as well microwave here below the cupboards, which are very high quality. This boat does have air conditioning, so that's a compressor vent on it. More USB plugs, more 120 plugs. This is your freezer. You can see it goes well back aft there. We do have a separate opening isotherm, front loading isotherm fridge here as well. Sink has a filtered fresh water as well as unfiltered fresh direct from the 190 gallon tank, and then a saltwater tap as well. Okay. Okay. 'Kay. 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 'K his and her drawers that lock, so if you want to leave your boat for a while, stow a few valuables in here, or even if you're just going out for the night, those do have individual locks on them. We have fans throughout the boat. The boat does, with the air conditioning, have vents to service both of the forward staterooms as well as the salon. So forward, on starboard, you have an electric head. This is a wet head. Lots of good ventilation here. Lots of space forward in this space. So you could put a washer dryer there as well if you wanted. Just some space there. This is looking aft. By the way, the boat has shades throughout, so if you're looking to darken the space some, oops, not hard to do that. That's how the shades work. They're, I believe, Dometic brand of shades. So you can see vent for with a fan there for the air conditioning. The boat also has hydronic heat. Again, more USB controls here. There's your hydronic heat. One of the fans down low, heat rises, so you want it down low, obviously. You do have hanging lockers throughout this boat. So going over to the port side now. Okay, so back here you have, or up forward, you have what many regard as the master stateroom. There again is the hydronic heat, fan controls, more USB plugs, power to lights, etc. We have some stuff just stowed up here, obviously. Lots of storage forward, big, deep hanging locker. There's lots of space and cubbies everywhere. This is a really deep cubby here. More cubby space here. You can see that this is a big double air there. Fire extinguishers are well located throughout the boat. Again, more storage. So more cubbies. More storage throughout the boat. Back here, you have your AC panel, as well as your combi master, so your inverter charger. This is a 3,000 watt master volt unit. You have your two MPPTs that control the over 1,000 watts of solar. 6 panels total, and 4 of those are soft. 2 further aft are hard. I'll show you those in a moment. Power cord, this is to put on top of that dinette table, converts it into a day bed, and ships paperwork in there. Just more storage. More storage everywhere. We keep tools in here. So aft you have the shower. So separate walk-in shower, glass. Very nice, very comfortable shower. You can open. You have a great view from in here. Of course, you can have some privacy if you want. Engine access is very good. On starboard, it's lift up the berth and it's well insulated, but this gives you an idea of engine access on port side. There is one black water tank back here. The other one is starboard forward. with the other head. Your fuel is down low in each hole. So, and typically, by the way, so again, electric head, another fire extinguisher, electric head controls are right there. All very nice. The fuel, as I was saying though, the tanks are down low. Here they are. So you can see tankage right there. Going back up again. So we've explored most of this area. I will say that we didn't cover off on the davit system. You can see that the two lines are connected right there, but you do just bring the dinghy down and it rests. Take it down to the water, but it rests otherwise against those points there on the transom. There's a ladder aft that deploys from the port side, from the sugar scoop there. Nice stainless unit. Here is your freshwater shower. It is hot and cold. Pulls right out from here. Traveler does control port starboard motion of the, or to bring out the main on the Traveler. Quite easy. Just use the winch handle and set it to whichever direction you want. The solar panels I was telling you about, these are really great units. Be able to just walk on top of them. These are on the port side. Here's a hard unit. Bird did crap on my boat. It's a big heron, and he likes my boat too much, or Right Yacht's boat. I'll need to get that cleaned up. So you can see 4 soft panels, 2 hard, over 1,000 watts of power between those. You do have the stat pack. All hatches are glass. All windows are glass, I should say. And all lines are led aft. We do have a screecher that is currently out on the sprit here. We're messing around with a continuous line on it right now. I think we're still splicing that. But you can see how the screecher is deployed just forward of the self-tacking jib. Self-tacker works phenomenally. So does the screecher. Love that setup. We have the spin halyard here. This boat does have a Spinnaker. It's a big red Spinnaker that we've had a lot of fun taking it out twice now to test it out, and it works wonderfully. Forward, we have a very large Manson Supreme anchor. This anchor works quite well, and the bridle for that anchor is here, stowed. You can see more of the equipment related to the screecher and the sprit here. So it's Kligo Marine continuous line furler on there. The line aft through the clutch. You can see you have a secondary anchor set up there, and you have cushions here. Under those cushions, you do have the ability to stow plenty more gear. On this side, you have the freshwater and saltwater washdown. The hose is stowed in that starboard locker there. Up and down buttons for the windlass. I'll show you that. As well as the chain locker here. So here is the windlass. Very beefy unit. Your chain is all down here. Sorry if you can't see it well right now. Again, your controls. You also have controls aft with a chain counter, so you don't have to come forward, although I tend to, by habit, just go forward and get a better eye on things here. This is hard to do with a camera in my hand. Okay. Seats forward, nets, very well made. Very safe boat. You have 3 lines, lifelines, instead of what you typically see, which is 2 on most boats. rig is single spreader. You have very large diaphragm wires here for your shrouds. You don't need to worry about the safety of this boat. This wire is very, very thick wire, very well made. So that's pretty much the boat. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call Wright Yachts, and let's help you out in answering whatever questions you may have. You can reach us at 206-356-8698, or you can email us at sales@wrightyachts.sales. Sales@wrightyachts.sales. And we look forward to talking to you. Until then, fair winds and following seas. Take care.